I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you want to consider the 2025 Volkswagen Jetta GLI Autobahn in black over titanium gray interior. This year, we get a refresh for the front, the rear, the wheel design, the interior, and technology. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and we're gonna compare this against the competition, go over some pros and cons, and some of the problems that I find with the Jetta. Starting in the front, we now have a light bar that gets integrated into the grille part with GLI badging that goes into the reworked LED headlights and daytime runnings. The lower gets the red, so it keeps that sport heritage for kind of a coupe-like look for the sedan, and it's lowered by 0.6 inches than a base Jetta, going against competition like Honda, Hyundai, and Subaru. Subaru will have a lot more power than this, but when you start going up to the GT, you might as well consider the Golf R, which is night and day difference to that because it's an all-wheel drive setup where this is a front-wheel drive configuration. That is one problem that I have right off the bat with the GLI. I feel like because they've done so much work for this suspension, giving us the XDS cross differential system, a variable ratio electronic power steering system, and a DCC adaptive damping system, and that's going to help improve the vehicle dynamics. The DCC adaptive damping system reads the road in driving pattern from your steering, braking, and acceleration with a VAQ torque sensing limited slip differential. And that's all paired to this 2.0 liter TSI 4-cylinder turbocharged that's producing 228 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, paired to a 6-speed manual transmission, or you can option a DCT automatic transmission, which is a dual clutch, achieving 26 mpgs for the city, 36 mpgs for the highway. And the first reason why you want to consider this is because of everything you're getting as a total package, because any other vehicle is going to be more money than this. 18-inch wheels is standard. You can option a black wheel, red brake calipers with an 11.3-inch vented disc in the front and 11.7 in the rear. Now, this is not track to ride. I mean, you're getting a 0 to 60 with the manual transmission around 6 seconds. With the automatic, about 5.6 seconds. But it's a playful vehicle, which the fun to drive, it's hard to find engagement. And that's why I like Volkswagen. When you go to Subaru, you're gonna spend around $10,000 more to get similar engagement to this. The SI is going to be less performance than this, leaving us with the Hyundai Elantra N, which is a beast. It's really hard to compete against that vehicle because of the performance that you're getting, and pricing is basically about the same as this. The side view mirrors heated with the LED integrated turn signals with a moonroof, and these are all standard options because you can only configure it one way. Standard LED taillights with a light bar that goes into the GLI. The lower gets reworked with dual exhaust finishers with the grille pattern. I feel that they've done a good refresh for a vehicle that's already good. The only thing that is a con to me is they did not do anything for tuning on the suspension or the engine. It's all aesthetics, but at least we're still getting the manual transmission. I mean, let me know your thoughts on that, because for an everyday drive, this is going to tick the box and you're still getting the fun right out of the box. Quick release, going into 14.1 cubic feet of storage. Underneath the floor gets a spare tire, and you can split fold the rear bench in the back by pulling the tabs, and that will maximize the cargo capacity to the GLI. But we need to go inside, start it up so you can hear that TSI exhaust note. The key fob for the GLI. Leather wrap seats, 10-way power seat adjustment for the driver, heated ventilated front seats, memory seats for the driver, contrast stitching. Right away, you're going to see the dashboard layout has changed in the configuration. You have a 3-bar lineup with the chrome and the piano black, so it looks a little bit more sporty. 12 speakers through Beats with 400 watts. Let's fire it up. The 8-inch infotainment screen will come out of the dashboard, so it kind of looks like it's floating. You have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming, Bluetooth audio. Climatron is now standard on all trims. Put it into reverse, And we get a reverse camera. The trajectory does not expand out. Also new is the Climatron touchpad for the climate control. So you could just slide like I'm simply doing, or you can touch it to change it for the dual climate control settings, as well as the touchpad for the heated ventilated seats, and a standard wireless charging pad, USB ports 12 volt. In the driver mode select, which you have a total of 4 different driving modes, and you can do custom as well, so that way you can adjust the driving the way you like and the exhaust note that will filter in. And the second reason why you should consider this vehicle is the manual transmission. You can still option the automatic transmission, but this is just a little bit more engaging. Key fob area is going to be right in here. This is going to be pushed back a little bit, but it's soft to touch. It's a deep storage pocket with another USB port. The steering wheel is perforated on the sides, square bottom touch pads for the steering wheel, and if you option the automatic, you'd have paddle shifts. With a 10.25 gauge cluster that's known as Volkswagen Digital Cockpit, you can go through an array of different content for the driver, including navigation, your audio sound system. And when you change the driving mode to sport, you'll see the red. Ambient lighting, you'll have a total of 10 different colors that's going to be found throughout the interior of the cabin, with a auto dimming rear view mirror, a moonroof, and headroom, as well as leg space. Even though this is basically a sports car, you have a ton of space. Driver focus, so this does bulge out a little bit. There isn't any pass-through, but I think you have enough storage cubbies throughout. Dashboard and door configuring together with the gloss black. It's gonna be a little bit more soft here than here. One touch up and down for the windows with a long and deep storage pocket. For the back seat, that's the opening that you have to enter for 2 more with the cup holders and armrests down. There isn't any charging ports or air vents that's gonna be found here. You get 1 storage behind the passenger seat. Leg space is not going to be an issue sitting in the position that I would be sitting. This is going to be a little bit further back, so we'll see how I look in the center. Headroom is good, so that way if you're looking at alternatives to the Golf, this is the way to go. I'm not a huge fan that they take the gloss black, they take the leather red, and they just give you a lot more hard materials. Here is the same materials found in the front. It's a deep storage pocket, but I would like to see the gloss black here and maybe that carbon fiber look that comes into this little trim area here. Sliding into the center, the floor isn't completely flat. You will be sharing some feet space. The rails are not necessarily pushed up enough, and this kind of bulges outwards. So the sit to it is not awkward, but sitting into the center, you will sit up. Knee space with the seat back is not doable for somebody that's over 6 foot tall, but headroom, I can actually fit. 228 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque. Manual transmission, so it's a fun vehicle to drive. I always like the engagement with Volkswagen because you just feel like you're in a sports car, and that's what you're wanting when you're going this route for the GLI. I mean, it's a quick vehicle for what it's worth. Sound deadening is not going to be that great, but you're really not expecting that to be in this type of a vehicle. And when you're considering you have the VAQ limited slip differential, you have the XDS cross differential system, the variable ratio mechanical power steering, 4-wheel independent suspension. I mean, this is a lot of value for a vehicle that's just over 34 grand. The best part is that it's an everyday driving vehicle too. A lot of people might be concerned, well, I don't want to do a manual transmission. Well, you can do the DCT automatic transmission and you're taking care of there. You're going to get a little bit quicker speeds in the 0 to 60. It's maybe 0.4 seconds faster than this, but it's not bad with the shifts. I mean, it's pretty easy for the heel to toe, and that's going to take me to some pros and cons, and which we're going to start with the pros. We have talked a lot about them throughout the exterior and interior of this review, but I do like the touch to feel. They have made soft materials where it's needed. The dashboard is curved for the driver, which the infotainment screen comes out of the dash. That's a con to me, but I do like what they're doing in the sense that it's kind of like a floating infotainment screen, and you get full digital readers everywhere with dual climate control settings standard. You get the touchpad. These are things that are more expensive in a vehicle that is not that expensive, which is awesome. Turn radius is about a lane. Let's rock and roll. She is quick. The exhaust filters in nicely. Braking is great because you have upgraded disc I mean, the package in whole, it's just exciting that Volkswagen has went this route, refreshing the vehicle and giving us the amenities that you need. Now on the cons, for the back seats, there's no charging ports, there's no air vents. It's not bad for seat comfort, in which the other problem is the rails are not pushed up enough. It's a small package that they do well with giving room, but it's still tight in areas, especially if you have anybody that's over 6 foot tall sitting into the back. I would say the big problem though is that the Hyundai Elantra N came out and it's basically the same price as this. You're getting a lot of features standard there. You're getting a lot of power there. That does give this a lot of competition, but for Volkswagen fans, I think overall, it's a great vehicle, especially considering we're still capturing that fun to drive all blended in. Considering Honda is not going to have as much performance as this, you're getting a great bang for your buck. And if you want to go into Subaru, you're going to really want to go into the GT, and that's going to be about 45 grand. When you're at those prices, you might as well consider the Golf R, which obviously has more power, the all-wheel drive system, which is awesome, and it's a little bit quicker. And they also do a great job for the back seat, because when you're considering how small these vehicles are, they're giving you a ton of room for a family, so you don't have to go up into a larger vehicle. You can still get something smaller, compact, getting great MPGs. I mean, 26 over 36 MPGs is awesome, especially when you're considering the size of this vehicle, because the next level up would be a larger sedan. It may not be as fun as this, and you're still getting all of the same space, more or less, captured with a vehicle that's fun to drive, yet it doesn't feel wide, the steering is light, and it's still practical. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video, merchandise, website, and Instagram. Leave a comment and a like. And I'd like to thank Volkswagen of Newport Richey for giving us this 2025 Volkswagen Jetta GLI Autobahn for our car review.